So people want the truth from me, right? People want the truth. People want. People want the truth, and people want what my truth is. So, what my truth basically is that I don't really want to walk away from this person. This person, I really don't want to walk away from. You know, this person I've had to leave behind. That was a friend or almost a friend. I don't really want to walk away from them. I didn't really plan on wanting to walk away from them. I don't really want to walk away from them. My heart really doesn't really want to walk away or really have to end the relationship, but um, and I don't really want to have to walk away and end the relationship with them, but life might actually have me end it anyways. Life might have me end the relationship anyways. It might have me end things, and things might just end up being what it is. But part of me wanted to try. Part of me wanted to try and just try until I could break through the barriers that might be might be walls up, these walls up and things that I'd be able to tear down to just earn my friend's trust, and my friend's trust and respect, and admiration and stuff like that. But I'm still not gonna lie. I mean, there's three of us, so there was three of us. I took myself out of the equation, but there was three of us. There was myself and this guy David and this guy Nicholas. That a lot of the people were competing for my friend's attention and time, and some people were flirting with her and getting all hot and heavy like wild dogs. Basically, we were just all sitting there like wild dogs trying to flirt with her and get her attention and time. And I have to have her figure out who's the better guy, and it's just like, if I'm not the better guy already, you can just let me go, because I just don't want to sit here and be like, you like have to have you like, be unsure that you can pick me to be able to be the better guy, or to be able to want to be, or need me to be for whatever reason, which is kind of why I did walk away, because I know she's not going to pick me for whatever the reason. I think she doesn't think of me in that way, because she's told me before she likes guys that are more guys. I'm a bisexual. I mean, she likes guys that are more guys. I'm bi. We have differences in ideologies. Obviously she needs a black man, or a guy that's gonna believe in the Hebrew situation. So I obviously believe in God. She doesn't believe in Hebrew stuff like Jewish stuff. She believes in the Hebrew stuff like the black people are the chosen God's chosen people, and the Israelites of the earth. And it's more geared around the black people, because of what she believes and what she feels was proven, for the black people to, be chosen and stuff in that regard. So, but I mean, I've got the last couple of relationships I've had, which haven't really worked out. There was a guy before her too, that got upset because I wanted to talk to her and I really fancied her, but then she kind of hit me with these ideologies and all these different, different things about lifestyle choices and stuff too that we didn't really celebrate. But there was this one guy I was talking to before, and was talking to her. She ended up being a friend anyway. So that guy ended up being put in a friend zone because he was a vegan and he was a humanist, and I didn't really know much about humanism, but I was open to humanism, and I was open to the experience of humanism. But I wasn't really gonna submit myself to be a vegan, So here we go with another ideology problem within a friendship, or within a situation that, with a guy that I put in the friend zone, and now she puts all of us in the friend zone, and we're having issues over ideologies and stuff like that. But I mean, I think we all know that she's a pretty woman, and I think all of us have our hormones kind of crossed, because she is a pretty woman, and guys get hormonal and guys get kind of turned on by women, but we're all trying to show respect. We're all trying to show how we feel, in the ways that we do, But I don't feel like very much respect is really given. I mean, that's the problem. I want to keep trying and trying, but really, in reality, there's been a couple of red flags. There's been a couple of signs that respect is not really given back to me. Respect is not given back to me. Respect in the honorable, respect and letting me know that I'm honored, valued, and loved by her is not being very respected as her friend. It's not being very respected. When she sees me at work, she sees me at work, she sees the other guys at work, it's like, of course she's at work and she can say whatever she needs to say because she's on the clock and she doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings and she's on the clock at work. But after work, she doesn't look like she wants to really talk to anybody. And if she is talking to somebody else, it's not me. Maybe it's one of the other two guys, but it's definitely not me, So I'm at the point now where I don't even want to try too hard to have her pick me or make her pick me, because I don't really want to have to go through that. I'm worth a lot more. My relationship and my love and my time and everything I wanted to give her would be worth a lot more if it was just not strained to have her choose me. But since it's strained and everything else, and we're like barking at this woman like a pack of wild dogs, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable at all with the situation. I absolutely have a lot of love for this friend. I had a lot of love for this friend about connecting over anime and art and music and poetry and stuff like that. I was really connecting with her over different things and different things like that. I mean, our ideologies were different. Some of our lifestyle choices were different, but I mean, she still was a beautiful woman, and there was still things there that within the relationship that I found her to be I found her to be a turn on. I found my friend to be a turn on, and some of it was because I connected with her, and I connected with her intimately. You don't have to connect with somebody intimately in the far reaches of sex. Sex is not intimacy. Sex is not always intimacy. Sometimes it's just being able to be truthful about the details of your life and the simple small things of your life and the things that you kind of go through and stuff. That's a form of intimacy. And I've kind of shared some things with her on that, and I felt like I was very intimate with her when I first met her. But then, we were going to get very intimate and stuff, and we were going to get to talking and stuff, and we were being very intimate, very, very intimately in our bond when we first started talking, and we started talking to each other. But I had gone, I think, the Wednesday or two after, and there was this whole other guy there, because she's in a third-party situation, and the other guy is basically flirting with her and stuff, too, and she had just let me down. She had just let me down because she wanted to go paint with me. She wanted to go paint with me about a week or two before, and she had let me down. So I was pretty upset with her on that, and I kind of brushed off my feelings and said, "Oh, I could dismiss it. It's no big deal. I'll let this one pass because things come up and things happen. And." Things do, and things obviously do. But I mean, obviously, there was a couple of red flags when I asked her for her number, because she was supposed to give me her number that day. That day when I got stood up, she was supposed to give me her number so I could call her and so we could connect and find out what was going on. And she never really kind of hesitated on giving me her number. Like, she changed the last couple of digits, and she kind of made it like hesitantly, like she almost didn't really want to do it because it was such a chore to be able to give me her number and stuff like that. So if people want to know why I'm mad at my friend or mad at the person that was supposed to be my friend, is because at work they're showing a whole different face than afterwards, where they say, "Oh, we could get together afterwards," but really they claim they don't have the attention or time, but it's like they don't really reach out to you or say anything afterwards anyways. And maybe they don't have time to get back to all the text messages and stuff. They have other things going on and thousands of people that want their attention. I mean, I don't doubt we're the only three men, in the situation of the three men in the building that want to talk to her. I doubt we're the only three men in the world that really want to talk to her. I'm sure there's plenty other men and other people, some people that probably even fit the mold better, that want to talk to her. I didn't mean to show any disrespect. I mean, I don't really mean to disrespect her, but I was really overwhelmed. I was really kind of feeling very hopeless and overwhelmed, and kind of got upset. And my mental health has not been good. My mental health has not been good. I've actually been experiencing symptoms. My mental health has not been good at all. I don't know why I've been experiencing a lot more symptoms as of late, and why my mental health has been like this, but I really do want to try harder with the relationship for her, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be met with next Wednesday, especially after I didn't get any, I still haven't gotten any responses to the text messages. Oh.